Hey guys, it's Slente, and again, I have to talk about EA. First off, a recent meeting around the law of banning loot boxes just happened, and of course, we had an EA representative say that loot boxes are surprise mechanics. Only EA would say something like that. This is just a really bad defense for defending their horrible business practices. I mean, this, with the whole leaked patent from last week, like, can you really, you really argue that? Sure, this is loot boxes, but loot boxes are just microtransactions. So, and then, you know, the FIFA Ultimate Team, getting these players, and it's just, oh my god. Let me tell you a story. There's this guy in college. I sat right across from him, and he was talking about how he was playing FIFA and how he actually spent real money in the game, over $100, just to get this player or whatever in FIFA. And the guy to the right of me, he was like, "You paid money on a video game that you already paid for?" Especially like over $100, because like when a regular person like sees something like that, sees how he's gotten, it just blows your mind. At this point, I'm definitely not getting Star Wars Day 1 until I know it is completely squeaky clean of any amount of BS. Just another example of EA just being insanely scummy. And of course, the Sonic Twitter, being as good as it is, made fun of this as well. So props to Sonic's Twitter. Will I never have a meme for EA? Me and many other people ranted about it, and this is the result. Nintendo is making changes to matching with friends in Super Mario Maker 2. Now, I heard about this through the Treehouse Live. I was watching it, I was live tweeting it. I wasn't sure if they said this exactly, but they actually did. They said they were trying to make changes so you can actually play with your friends online after the backlash they got from it. Fantastic for them. Thank you, Nintendo, for actually listening to the fans, including this. Now a lot more people will buy into it, because I saw a ton of people just get immediately turned off from this game after they announced that. So that's great. That is really good. So you might be asking, Slente, are you gonna get Nintendo Switch Online now?
No, 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 no! Hell no!
But it's a step in the right direction. This has been a huge one. Shenmue 3 becomes an Epic Game Store exclusive. After being kickstarted and specifically being said that it's going to be released on Steam, but everybody who got the Steam version assumed, like, hey, we're gonna get Steam keys, right? And like, no, now you're gonna go through Epic Game Store. It's like, if you're gonna do a Kickstarter, just do what you set out to do. Make it on the platforms that you say you're gonna make it on. Something like this, where you say you're gonna make it for one thing, and then Epic Games just offers you money, or is now apparently the best choice, as they said it. It just leaves a bad taste in the fans' mouth. And people have been waiting a very long time for this game. Even longer than games like Kingdom Hearts 3, Final Fantasy 15, and Last Guardian. Since 2001, they've been waiting on this next chapter in the series. And Shenmue is a really influential game series, because pretty much what it did for its time, so many games took that formula and improved on it. So Shenmue as a franchise is a very crucial point in gaming history. So to have this third game just divide fans when it's not even out yet, it's just, why would you betray your fan base like that? And not only that, they're also denying refunds for people that don't want the Epic Game Store version and want the Steam version like they originally wanted. This is why I'm never backing any video game Kickstarters, period, because there's always something that happens, whether it be delays or the game not turning out to be that good. I'm hoping these people can find a way to get refunds. Playasia announced that Omega Labyrinth Life, the game that's centered on PS4 and not the Switch, is actually going to have physical release both in Japan and in America. So you can actually get it the Asia version, and it'll actually have English subtitles. That's really cool. I'll definitely be getting that. The Switch is going to make me insanely broke throughout the rest of this year after I skipped all those games. I've stocked up a lot though. But yeah, this is just another step to Switch's dominance in terms of Japanese games. Of course, E3 2019 that recently passed, I did a lot of coverage of it on my YouTube channel. I had a live reaction as well of No More Heroes 3, the best announcement of that E3. Completely made my E3. I highly recommend those. I loved making them, even though the first one I was up until like 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning making it, but I really wanted to get that out before Nintendo's, because I didn't know, that's the thing, I didn't know whether Nintendo's was actually gonna be good or not, so I saved Nintendo purposefully just to see if both the parts had like a good amount of time for both of them, because I didn't want like a really short part and a really long part. So I gave a little leeway, but Nintendo's whole conference took up that entire video, so I was planning on doing like a top 10 like favorite reveals or like top 5 worst reveals or something, but Nintendo just completely blew it away. Nintendo definitely saved E3, like I said in that video. If you want to hear more of my thoughts on all the conferences, definitely check out those videos. I also wanted to say congratulations to Xenoblade Chronicles 2, the greatest game on the Nintendo Switch, for passing more than 1.7 million copies. It deserves every single freaking sale that it gets. I freaking love this game. Like, everything about it, just, oh my god. I could go on about this game for 8,000 years. So good. It's extremely long. It's a fantastic RPG. It's like a... I don't need to explain Xenoblade to you. Go play it right now. There's a guy out here that's probably watching this video that still needs to play the first one. You know who you are. Play this game. Highly recommend it. By far my favorite game on the Switch. But one thing I want to say is that Takahashi, he started Monolith. He's gone through a lot, like Baten Kaitos, Xenogears, Xenosaga, and of course Xenoblade. Like, just nothing but legendary game after legendary game. All freaking, like, they're all so addicting. They all have very unique combat systems. They might seem simple at first, but they actually have a crap ton of depth, to the point where you'd be still discovering new things about the combat systems even until the end of the game. So, oh my god. Definitely check out all Monolith's games throughout their entire history, but especially Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I think I like the first one a little bit more, but this game, the music alone is... the music, the environments, the combat system is insanely in-depth, like I said. I'm gonna stop gushing about the game. If I ever do a top 10 like Switch games, I'll definitely talk more about this game, or I might just like make a whole separate video. But definitely highly recommend this game. Fantastic. Congrats on 1.7. Alright, now I want to talk about some games that I'm really looking forward to that are coming up this month. Next week we're having Judgment. I talked about that in my top 5 most anticipated games list, and it looks really good. Definitely gonna be getting it day one. I've heard nothing but great things about it, so hopefully it'll be good. It's like Yakuza with detective elements in it, so that should be an interesting fusion. Another weird thing is that it has an English dub. That's gonna be weird. We'll see how that sounds. Hopefully it won't. I don't think anything will be as bad as, Yakuza 1.
Ow! Hey, the fuck you think you're doing? And just what the fuck family are you from, huh?
Excuse me.
Excuse you? No. Fuck you!
Speaking of Kickstarter games, Bloodstained, that's coming out on next Tuesday for the Switch specifically. I'm going to be getting it on that. I'm still on the fence about it because I don't know, there's just something about the game that rubs me the wrong way. I'm definitely gonna be looking a lot more into it. I'm definitely looking more into reviews from actual people that know these types of games, and probably gonna be waiting on this a little more than the other two that I'm talking about. But for those that don't know, it's a Kickstarter game that is made by the guy that made Symphony of the Night, Igarashi. It's like a Metroidvania, or I guess as they call it, Igavania game, where you're just like going around gathering items, and then it's pretty much like Metroid, where you're getting items and then you're coming back and you're backtracking, navigating through this large castle. The last game also being released on the same day as the other two. Super Neptunia RPG. It's an RPG on the Switch, so I automatically have to get it because I freaking love playing RPGs on the Switch. I think that's like the perfect system right now to play RPGs on. It's like a 3DS essentially. I played the first Neptunia game, and the only thing about it that I couldn't really get into was like the combat system and the environments being very bland. So hopefully going from the very first game to the latest game will change my opinion on that a lot. Overall though, I liked everything else. I liked the characters, the story was very not serious at all, just how I like it, and it's just a fun game, like I said, just a fun game. So it's an RPG, should be tons of hours as usual with an RPG, so definitely gonna mean that and Switch version is the uncensored version, unlike PS4 version, because that's a thing in 2019. So that's all the topics I have for this video. I really appreciate all you guys watching all these videos I've been making. I'll probably have these gaming news videos up every other week, but in between I'll have, you know, just whatever, whether it be like random skits or me really wanting to talk about something or a review or whatever, or rant. So if you guys have any topics that you want me to talk about, just ask in the comments. But that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Alright, now here's a cool one. The Mega Labyrinth
And just what the fuck